Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Rope, the historical role-playing game. Experience the glory and decadence of Rome like never before. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly partnered with the What the Funk shop. Please check out their store. For all sorts of products, they have dice, miniatures, game master screens, home decorations, and many other things. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment as well. And make sure that you use my code for a special discount. Today, I wanted to hold on a moment. For all right, I wanted to show you something that could serve for your tabletop RPG sessions. If you are using the official Star Wars role playing games, the old game or the newer Fantasy Flight version, or even other sci fi systems where you can recreate Star Wars lightsabers sort of battles, there is a forbidden lightsaber technique known as Tràkata. I have actually been thinking about this technique before I knew how it was called in the lore, in the official Star Wars lore. And my friend Full Metal Josh has almost also told me that he has also thought about this concept. For those of you that do not know, Trakata basically means that you turn off your lightsaber and then you switch it on to trick the opponent, and you strike the opponent through that trickery. And the Jedi consider that technique dishonorable. The Sith consider it a technique for the weaklings, for those that are weak. Let's take a look at it first. This video is without sound to avoid copyright, but here it goes. You will find the link to the original short in the description of this video. Look. Okay, here are my criticisms of this technique because this is not so much something that is dishonorable. Let me take away the header when you see the little circle. There we go. It's not so much that it is a dishonorable technique, rather, it is a skill issue. Some of the commenters in this video and other videos that showcase the Tràkata, some of the intelligent ones, point out similar flaws. And some other dumbasses, they go like, oh, well, Jedi have like defensive techniques, so that's why it's very dangerous. And you click on the avatar of the fool saying this typical neckbeard with glasses that is bald or is about to end up bald. They couldn't defeat their health problems, and they're going to teach us about combat, even science fiction combat. They need to get fit first and actually become experienced in real combat situations, not only in sports combat. I advise against it, but unless you come face to face with some lethal moments in your life, then you cannot speak about such things that as if you are like the oh yes, it is obvious. You know crap. You don't know anything. You don't know shit. Okay, but here I will use my mouse to point it on the screen. Even if you can't see the mouse, do you see? Take a look at the blade, the laser, the light, the blade part of the lightsaber, the purplish part. See how close it is to the shoulder. And this is not to criticize, like I said, the demonstration of these couple of young men. They are showing you the dangers of Tràkata, but an actual sword fighter, a Jedi fighter, a Jedi experienced in lightsaber combat, he would never waste this opportunity to take a half a step forward, just half a step, and lower the blade to cut the shoulder, or perhaps even the head. If you take a complete step, the head or the shoulder of the opponent that has completely lowered his guard. Look, the swing from this position, from the hands that are near his pelvis to the head of the opponent is a very, very long distance. And in a fraction of a second, this opponent on the left, he would have taken the right arm or the head of the opponent on the right. Now, here, same situation. You step forward and you cut the right arm. The blade is so far away. You will never get into this position. You don't need to get tricked by the Tràkata because you will not be focused on blocking. You will be focused on attacking. And why is that? Because actual sword masters know those that have fought. Perhaps, like I said, in modern times, you don't have like sword duels to the death. Not usually, but sometimes there are fights with machetes, with sticks, with broken bottles, with knives, etc. You know that you don't want to block the opponent's attack. If someone is attacking you with a baseball bat or a metal tube or a pipe or a machete or whatnot, you don't want to block that attack. You want to either cut before or sidestep and parry, or even parry. If you are very experienced, sometimes it is possible to parry without sidestepping, but it requires great skill and finesse and fitness. For those of you that do not know, parry is about deviating or deflecting the opponent's attack. Instead of doing this, clashing, the opponent's blade comes down and you swat it, deflected, deviated to the side, upwards, wherever it is needed. It's not force against force. It's using the force of the opponent to your advantage. Here, like I said, the opponent only the one in the guard position only needs to step forward and he takes the arm. And this is especially easy because of the lightsabers they cut in as they are portrayed in this science fantasy version of in science fantasy the science fantasy that is Star Wars. Lightsabers have that quality of burning things, of melting things like butter, but they also have this sort of force effect to them. It's like a burning force field. That's why they clash. But like I said, just a step forward and you cut the right arm of the opponent. Let's continue. Here, again, all of this completely unprotected. Step forward and cut. Step forward and cut. Just like that. Don't guard. Don't wait for the opponent. Step forward and cut. Cut. Look, he's giving you this golden opportunity, this beautiful invitation to take a step forward and attack. Completely unprotected. And I will tell you how to use the Tràkata in the correct way, so to speak, in a few moments. This one is a bit trickier, but still quite doable. Downward cut or downward chop. Here, I would highly, highly recommend that you sidestep to the right, to the left. You're not standing there to block. You sidestep to the right or to the left. It's the sidestep has to be a bit forward, sidestepping towards the opponent while stepping outside of his attack area, as if you wanted to attack his ribs, more or less. So either step over here and step over here, and you attack from the sides, but you never stay there. So you don't have to get tricked like this, you see. Next routine, the same thing, unprotected. Step forward and cut. There is a long distance from here to here, but there is a very short distance from here to here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. You see, and that decides victory. Inches, centimeters, millimeters, and nanoseconds make all the difference between life and death. Again, unprotected, step forward. Don't wait there like a statue. Same thing. Even do you see how much time he wastes waiting for the opponent? And again, this is not to criticize this guy over here. He's showing us the dangers of Tràkata as understood by popular culture. His hands are in this position. Cut downwards. Cut the elbow. Do it. Aim towards the elbows and the torso, so that he doesn't have like 2 seconds to do this. Same thing. That was a descending chop. The same thing. So how do you use Tràkata effectively? By stabbing, doing thrusts in the style of fencing. Those thrusts turn the sword on and off, and it's not going to guarantee a victory, but it's going to get the opponent very confused as to the distance of your attack. Now, my friend, Full Metal Josh, he also mentioned, imagine someone dual wielding using Tràkata. If he stabs, it's going to be an absolute nightmare because you're not certain where the blade is, the distance of the blade, where it is coming from. Not like a sure win, because this is the other weakness of the Tràkata. Every time you turn off the lightsaber, you are unprotected, and that fraction of a second is everything that a Jedi, not like a master, a Jedi, a skilled Jedi combatant, can take advantage of that split second to cut. And because the other guy has the lightsaber off, he won't be able to protect himself. He will need to dodge immediately. That's a bit of a disadvantage. You can dodge, but it's always a good idea to also have that blade, in this case, the light blade, as an extra guarantee of being safe or even ending the fight by defeating the opponent. What do you think about Tràkata? Have you seen other weaknesses or strengths about Tràkata? You know that what would be funny as well? Imagine that you had the enough force control to throw or levitate the handle turned off, just like have it like a mosquito flying around the opponent, and then activate the blade so that it shoots. Because that's the danger of the Tràkata. It is similar to Yaido, that discipline in Japan of keeping the blade sheathed and at the last moment unsheathing it like a bullet, like shooting at the opponent. That's the essence of Tràkata. It looks as if you are shooting at the opponent. So, not very good for swings because you are unprotected during the entire swing, but really, really good for stabbing, I would say. Just imagine it. No, incredible, very fast. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was informative and entertaining. And remember to watch the full video with the sound effects if you want. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description, the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. I really hope you find this video useful for your tabletop RPG sessions when you are trying to describe the attacks. And remember, in tabletop role-playing games, you are not having a conversation about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. This could also be useful for LARPing, live-action roleplay with the lightsabers. So once again, thank you all and see you later.